Hi, I'm Gwyneth Peterson, a junior here at Manhasset High School, and I had the opportunity to create a video that displays the well-developed students that are made throughout high school. The most important virtues that are included in this learner profile are a true reflection of what each Manhasset student will embody by the time they graduate. We spoke to Dr. Prossi about this profile and how he hopes to shape our students as our superintendent.
The learner profile expresses our vision for education in the Manhasset School District. We took some time to say, what is it that we want our kids to know and be able to do by the time that they graduate high school? And we asked our community, we asked our teachers, we asked the Student Senate, what were the things that they hoped that our children knew and were able to do by the time they graduated. From those answers, we developed a set of attributes that we hope our education in the Manhasset schools contributes to the development of these attributes in our learners. So, of course, we want all of our learners to be knowledgeable. We want them to be resilient. We want them to be reflective. We want our learners to be able to express themselves, be open-minded, be creative, be compassionate, empathetic, balanced, and curious. So the learner profile is designed to paint a picture of the attributes by which we hope our school system develops within our learners.
Thank you, Dr. Prossi. Now we're going off to Chloe Yang to take a closer look at how our students portray knowledge every year.
Here in Manhasset, there's so many electives for kids to choose from.
My name is Liliana Espinal, and I'm a junior at Manhasset. So this year I took AP Art History with Mrs. Shank. I love her. Last year I took Advanced Science Research and AP Statistics. Both of the classes really, they taught me a lot. AP Statistics ended up making me realize that I really love math and I love that type of thing. This year I'm taking AP Art History. I love art history. I'm a little bit of a history nerd. I always liked history classes. I loved AP World. I'm taking A-Push right now. And it's just that kind of analytical thinking alongside the historical context. I enjoy that type of thing. I like being challenged, so that's something I've always liked. I never liked taking things the easy way. I kind of think that electives really help just broaden your perspective on life. Because, if you were to only take your core classes, then you never really see the other side of things, and you never get to really pursue something you might really enjoy that you never thought you would enjoy. Same thing with AP Statistics. I heard it was a really fun class. I love Mrs. Petrus too, so taking that class really opened my eyes to a whole different world of math that I really enjoy.
Thanks, guys. Electives are perfect for exploring new interests. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Chloe. Happy to hear that Manhasset allows students to challenge themselves. Now off to Alexia Mellis to talk about how resilience is growing in our students and how they use it to their advantage.
Students go through many challenges that require resilience to overcome these difficulties. We had the chance to speak to our school psychologist, Dr. Held, about how Manhasset students display resilience.
My name is Dr. Jessica Held. I'm a school psychologist in the district. I think resilience is built over time when students learn coping strategies to get through difficult times. It could just be a difficult day. It could be a difficult class. Showing resilience is seeking support sometimes, knowing the right people to reach out to and asking for help, self-advocating if they feel like something isn't going their way or if they need more support, they can reach out to teachers, they can reach out to staff. I think learning the strategies that work for you and then being able to bounce back from moments of high intense emotions or things that are disappointing, I think is the whole idea of resilience. We love to think that we can control everything in our lives, but there are always going to be things that come up that rock us, and to be able to get up again the next day, to get out of bed, to go through school, to manage your responsibilities is a skill they're going to need for the rest of their lives. I mean, regardless of COVID, we've had kids that have gone through really great tragedies, lost a loved one, lost a teacher, just family issues, school issues, friends issues. For these kids to still be able to get up in the morning and go throughout their day and get their homework done and feel normal. And I think even when they don't feel normal, even if they're struggling with something, to be able to at least say, hey, I got through my day, I got the things I needed to get done, even despite not feeling great, I think shows resilience.
Clearly, resilience is an important skill for students to have, and Manhasset is developing this skill in students.
Thanks, Alexia. Now off to George Hogan, who will show us how our students are reflective and use it to grow.
Another trait students display here is reflectiveness. Let's go take a look at how some students here at Manhasset are reflective. What's the time you've been reflective in school?
I've been reflective when like report cards come out, because sometimes my grades aren't too good, so I kind of like look back to see what I could do better.
It's when I got a bad grade on a test and I studied for it. I studied a lot harder and did a lot better.
When I do poorly on exams, so then I work harder for the next one just to do better.
For trials this year, I had to make JV, and it made me realize that I need to practice harder.
It was great to see how students reflect on their past experiences.
Thanks, George. On our way back to Alexia to show expressivity in our students inside and outside of the classroom.
The ability to express yourself in many different ways is important, and Manhasset Schools has a variety of activities and clubs that give the students a chance to show what they are passionate about. We spoke to Coach Chalupa and Miss Ambito about their advisory of our Key Club to learn more about this valuable skill.
Key Club is a student-led leadership club that is based off community service that we provide to the community. We go through different events throughout the year where students are actively participating in different events to make sure that we're giving back to our community.
Students contribute to Key Club by giving back to their community if they have been touched by a certain organization or impacted by one. They come to us with the idea and we're able to partner with the organization and run a fundraiser, let's say.
Yeah, so over the years we've had students feel comfortable enough to come to us with ideas, so we run with whatever they feel they're passionate about. So this year we actually had a member approach us about giving back to the North Shore Child and Guidance Center. And we did Poppin' for a Purpose, where all of the proceeds were actually raised in honor of that organization. So all funds were given to them.
I'm Keith Lamb, and
I'm Matt and Franco.
And we're in Key Club. So in my opinion, I think the Key Club's a great club for the community because you gotta donate toys and food to people in need and get credit for doing that. How many do you have?
I have 5 parents right now. I love the Key Club. I love donating toys to people in need because some people aren't as fortunate to get presents for Christmas, and that's a really great program that we have in order to have kids receive toys and just enjoy the holidays like we can.
We can express ourselves because people can suggest new events or new ways to contribute to the community, like a soup kitchen or other things, so they can express themselves and also helping the community as a whole.
Clearly, our Key Club allows our students to express themselves and showcase their passions by helping others in need throughout their community.
Thanks, Alexia. Open-mindedness is another trait we hope our students will embody by the end of high school. Off to Sarah Strasberg to take a closer look into open-mindedness in students.
Here at Manhasset, we strive to foster a community of open-mindedness that accepts all students and their diverse backgrounds.
I like Manhasset High School because I went from being a theater kid in middle school, and then in the same school I was able to pursue engineering and technology and physics, and the school offers both of those.
I like Manhasset because it has a lot to offer. I played field hockey for years, and then my junior year I decided to start crew, and I appreciated how seamlessly you could transition.
School really has a lot of opportunities for everyone, whether you're into sports or the arts. I played field hockey for a little bit, and when I stopped doing that, I was able to go right into broadcast. The school has so many clubs available for everybody, and joining broadcast, it was really easy and welcoming, and now it's one of the most important things that I do.
We spoke to Culture Club advisor and president to learn more about how their club fosters open-mindedness and acceptance for all students.
So the Cultural Club, we try to include everyone, and we do that by trying to encompass all the different cultures that are in our school. We do different events that celebrates the holidays of all the different cultures, and we allow all the students to participate together. We also have a mentoring program for new students who came to the district. Older high school students, they basically act as mentors for these kids. They take them around to their classes, and they have any language issues, we help them translate, and we just try to help them find their new way around the school.
We really encourage students to step out of their comfort zones. It really is something for everyone here. I think, if you're into theater, if you're into math, if you're into science, there's really a club for everyone. And so I think that the school does a really nice job with that.
is clear that Manhasset has a wide variety of opportunities for all students and caters to their unique interests.
Thanks, Sarah. Now Chloe will help take a closer look into creativity and how our students are allowed to display their work and visions for others.
Creativity is a skill that is vital for our students. The arts electives and programs allow students the opportunity to express their creative visions for others to see. We spoke to Mrs. Panulo, one of our art teachers, to indicate the importance of creativity in our students' lives.
So what's unique about the arts and what really helps students develop their creativity in the arts is that it is kind of the last place where there isn't immediate gratification. Students really have to think about what they, how they want to express themselves, because there isn't a lot of room for that in our lives anymore. Right? A lot of self-exploration where students really, I think, kind of tap into what they like and what they don't like when it comes to the creative process. The students have the opportunity with every lesson to bring their own take to each piece. If they want to use certain colors, if they want to use, depending on the project, certain patterns. We encourage skill building so that they learn the basics and have a strong foundation. And then as they start to pursue some of the more advanced classes, there's really a lot of opportunity for them to show their creativity, especially in the AP program, because they come up with their own sustained investigation idea, which is unique to their portfolio, and with that they can create whatever they want. Like you're learning about science, social studies, it can be very straightforward, but with art, each student has the chance to really take their project where they want it to go. Sometimes that's hard. A lot of times students they want everything kind of mapped out so that it's nice and clean and simple. So it's a challenge sometimes for kids to have, the ability to be creative. So it's important, I think, to have this in their lives, whether it's music or theater or the visual arts, to be able to really tap into that creativity.
We have so many creative students at Manhasset, and we look forward to seeing how creativity can influence the lives of our students.
Thank you, Chloe. Compassion is essential, and Manhasset Schools allows their students to show compassion through many aspects of their school experience. Off to George to take a closer look.
Here at Manhasset, another thing on full display is compassion. Compassion can be found in many different clubs and activities here. First, let's take a look at the Best Buddies Club.
It means we to work together, it's our companionship. We need to split the wood. We're not gonna say the R word, We're best buddies, it's real fun.
The Best Buddies Club is a way that I could impact my community and help out kids in need. It means a lot to me because I get to meet new friends and see a new persona in life.
I say people who are best buddies, you should join up and have a very good team. You pick your own teammate, your own group, and follow along.
You really understand that the best buddies are just normal kids, and they love you as much as anyone else.
I feel happy, I'm so happy. I'm so excited about Best Buddies.
I demonstrate compassion by being on the unified basketball team as well. This shows that through my community service and my help, that we were able to have a winning season, make the playoffs, make a playoff run with the Best Buddies. And it's just they just loved it so much, and it just meant everything to all of us. I think Best Buddies made the school more united and made it one big community. And I think we're on the right trend to making everyone feel included in the school.
Another place where we can find compassion here at Manhasset Secondary School is the Peer Responders Club. Let's go take a look.
Peer Responder program means a lot to me as I put all of my time into it. We have this unique opportunity in Manhasset, being a 7 through 12 building, to allow the high school kids to mentor and tutor the younger kids. And that resource is something that has become part of our Manhasset culture. It speaks to the compassion and the kindness of the high school kids who give their time, who give their effort, their everything to the younger kids. They're very protective, and it's a wonderful thing to be the supervisor. A lot of my high school students don't have lunch. They have 0 periods, they're in AP, advanced classes, they have extracurricular activities, and yet they still make time for the younger kids. That's an incredible thing.
I think it can be very helpful to many people in English, and it's really good for getting your work done.
Well, I like it a lot because it helps me, my peer responder helps me with all my work, and she helps me better understand different materials or subjects.
We experience compassion every time there's a session. When you consider that you have upperclassmen who are stopping their schedule, eating their lunch, leaving study hall to come to my classroom or the library or our bridge program after school to work with kids who are very hardworking and have such good intentions but need a little bit of assistance. That is an incredibly compassionate thing. And I think it's kind of a pay it forward thing, because most of my peer responders in the program had peer responders when they were 12, and so they can kind of think back sentimentally about what it meant to them, and they pay it forward to the next generation. And so we keep this going, which is why I feel it's like a change to the Manhasset culture.
People are very compassionate towards me, and they help me with a lot of my work.
People are compassionate because they always help us at lunch period in Mr. Kundell's room, or sometimes they clear up their schedule just so you could be on a Zoom and help you.
How great. Thanks for coming along to see compassion at Manhasset Secondary School.
Thanks, George. Not only is having compassion important, but having empathy is another trait that is needed in adults. Manhasset lets empathy mature in their students, and we sent Vinny Amato to get an inside view of this process.
Here at Manhasset, we have a wonderful counseling program provided in our prestigious Wellness Center.
So the Wellness Center is beneficial to students at Manhasset, and particularly our middle school students, because it gives them a place where they can come and relax, come and study, do some group work, but also meet with members of their Wellness Center team.
We know that students and adults go through stress every day, and although there's a healthy level of stress, sometimes we need to take care of ourselves, and we try to create spaces in the Wellness Center for students to come and do things like that.
So in the Wellness Center, we have transitions presentations. So almost every 7th grader has a transitions class, and about once a month we try and do a presentation in the Wellness Center. The students want to come to the Wellness Center because it gives them a little break from their normal daily routine. It's kind of like a safe space where they can come, take a load off, ease their mind.
We thank our guidance team for the help that they provide to our students.
Thanks, Vinny. We enjoy seeing fellow students grow and mature, but also find a good balance between all aspects of their lives. Blake Seeley spoke to students and teachers about their take on how students find a good balance.
With all these high expectations in school, balance is extremely important.
Go through the school day. After school, I am usually doing a show, whether that's a musical or play, so I'll have rehearsal pretty much every day after school till about 6-ish. If I don't have rehearsal after school, I have club meetings, filming for broadcast. Balance is the key of it, because doing theater and doing broadcast is really hard because both of them happen after school, and if you are the lead in the show, it's hard to manage your time also if you have leadership in broadcast, as I do. For extracurriculars especially, making sure to take breaks when you need them, and if you're sick, just stay home. Don't force yourself to come into school and then go to rehearsal afterwards. Just stay home, feel better, get your work done.
Balance is also really important for student athletes at Manhasset.
To be honest, I always felt that student athletes did better when they were in season than when they were not, because I felt like having 3 o'clock you get home, it's very difficult. And when kids are in season, they're forced to be a little bit tighter with their time. But I think for me, the biggest thing was having a planner, making a list, organizing, prioritizing things. So for me, I know I like to say, I got to do these 5 things this weekend, and I can check them off as I go through, knowing what I need to get done. So I think the biggest challenge that the girls have is that we don't ever know when it's going to rain, and things like that kind of make a hamper the schedule. Plus, it was hard sharing fields with so many different teams. But what I try to do is give them a schedule ahead of time of where we're going to be practicing, post it on the closet door so the girls know what fields we're going to be at and when we have games and things of that nature.
With all expectations and activities that students take on, it's important to have balance to make sure you have a higher morale.
Thanks, Blake. Now off to Reese Lytle to zoom into curiosity in our students, specifically the engineering program, to embody this characteristic.
Thanks, guys. Here at Manhasset, we have plenty of electives to choose from, allowing students to explore different paths in their high school careers. We spoke to Mr. Carr about the electives he teaches.
I'm Mr. Carr. I am the freshman and sophomore engineering teacher here at Manhasset Secondary School. In class, we talk about different engineering phenomenon, especially deep dives into mechanical, electrical, and chemical engineering, as well as drawings and understanding the process of being able to solve problems. I give you a problem, or Mr. Russo gives you a problem, and we give you 3 or 4 constraints, and you're deciding the color, the shape, how that problem is being solved in your own unique way or with a small group. This is not like math class in the sense of that you need, 2 + 2 = 4. Everyone's going to have different designs. Everyone's going to have different ideas, and that's kind of the beauty of the class, really allowing students to have that sense of creativity and express it in ways that aren't just through the arts, but also through problem solving and designing. Having an elective such as engineering really allows students to have some insight into what a college or a career could look like as a program, especially because all of our engineering courses are collegiate level.
Thanks, Mr. Carr. Engineering seems like the perfect place to explore STEM. Back to you in the studio.
Clearly, our students and faculty feel that Manhasset is shaping students to be their best selves, whether it be in or out of the classroom. We hope our representation of the learner profile effectively displays the traits presented. Thank you for watching.